an unexpected but still historically significant decision. The January 6th House Committee has voted unanimously to refer former President Donald Trump uh, for criminal charges for at least four different criminal charges to the Justice Department in relation to that efforts, both related to the actual attack on the Capitol on his efforts to overturn the presidential election of 2020, which he lost. As this article says, this is largely symbolic move. First time a former president has ever been subject to criminal referral by Congress. This is not something we usually do in American politics, but some would point out that Trump made a lot of unprecedented actions, and this is the first time that we've ever seen a president so brazenly and strongly try to defraud the results of an election that he lost and try to keep the power he was voted out of. But this doesn't mean that the DOJ actually has to do anything about these charges. They don't actually have to charge Trump with the four crimes that the committee has referred him to. It's just something for them to consider. The four charges are obstruction of an official proceeding, which of course is in relation to the electoral counting on January 6th, and the committee saying that Trump was directly and personally involved in the effort of trying to delay or block the certification of the votes during the January 6th session of Congress, where the votes were counted. And then conspiracy to defraud the United States. The committee believing that there is sufficient evidence for a criminal referral of the multi-part plan described in the report, as the very purpose of this plan was to prevent the lawful certification of Joe Biden's election as president. Then they referred him for conspiracy to make a false statement, which of course relates to his election lies that he was pushing, and the fake slates of electors that is a whole different scandal where certain Trump-backed groups tried to make their own electors in states that Donald Trump lost and try to act as the real electors for those states, and then more relating to the actual attack, incite, assist, or aid in comfort and insurrection, talking about what they claim to be Trump's incitement of the riot and his inaction during it, making what they say to be no effort to stop it. Also referred criminally is the John Eastman, a conservative lawyer who made a very detailed plan of how he believed that using Mike Pence and other processes that the election could be overturned. A very detailed but illegal analysis by him. And then just the other thing coming out of this is that four Republican House members have been referred to the House Ethics Committee. Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader, which they did because he's has the most knowledge of all Republican activities and oversees everyone in the House Republican caucus. Jim Jordan, who's a staunch Trump ally, has made some statements indicating that he had very close talks with Trump around the date of January 6th. Scott Perry of Pennsylvania, who was involved in a whole separate scandal of text messages with some Trump staffers about how the election could get overturned, and Andy Biggs, who was also involved in election overturning efforts. So Republicans are reacting to this as the typical response is claiming that's just another partisan and political stunt. So it's unlikely that the DOJ will actually take any direct reference and action to these referrals by the House Ethics Committee. Still up in the air whether the DOJ will charge Trump based off any of this, but largely symbolic, but still a significant move just because of its unprecedentedness historically.